To update the account code for the agent commission to include GST, go to Setup, Account Codes, identify the account code there, highlight and select Open or double click the record line there, tick the GST box and save your changes. To update the charges on the rates for your agent commission, go up to Edit New and Rates. Identify the rate that applies to the agent, open that one up, and then under the charges button we're going to update these two charges that apply. So the first one is the negative debit, the one that reduces the accommodation. So double click to open it. We need to add the 10% to that. Remember very clearly you need to make sure you put a minus sign in front of it. As I say, it's reducing the accommodation. So we save that one there. You'll get a prompt about the fact that it doesn't update the templates. That's fine. You're going to be changing all the rates anyway. And then the second one that we need to update, this one here, double click. And again, this one we're adding the 10% there. You can see now as well, there is a tick in the GST box showing for the account code that's being used. And again, okay to your prompt about it not updating the template. And then we've got those ones updated there. Okay, make sure you do that for all rebate agent rates that you have set up. To identify all agent bookings that may be affected, in the bookings grid, go to Reports and View, down to the Booking Information Report. Then using the filters up here, we'll identify the agent bookings. Select the agent in the option there, use the date search, to look at all bookings over the period. So from the 1st of July, just extend the date out there. Select how you wish those to be ordered, and then bring up a copy on screen. Now this is a list of all agent bookings for the particular agent. You'll need to print this a number of times depending on the number of agents that may be affected. This will then assist you to identify bookings which need to potentially have adjustments made to them. Open the affected booking, and if we go into the account tab here, we can see here accommodation of $1,000 and the charges that have been inserted for 15%, no GST. What we can also see is there is a receipt for accommodation only of $200. So this particular booking, there'll be no need to refund and re-receipt, just update the commission charges. So the fact we've updated the rate, we can highlight and delete these two charges and then reapply them with the updated commission percentage. To do that, into the booking details, we don't need to change the tariff, but what we do is reselect the rate. Very importantly, you don't want to overwrite the accommodation, so untick that one, click OK. Select the rate that was already assigned to the booking, so again you may have more than the ones you can see here. Let's again just select the same rate that was already applied to the booking. You'll see here it doesn't look like I can save anything. I just need to make a minor adjustment over here. So put the cursor in your fax field there, press the space bar or find another field in here that doesn't have information. As long as you put a space, you're able to save your changes. And in doing so, it will update the charges. So if we now go back to the account tab, we've now got our charges reapplied here, updated amount and a GST component showing there as well. Let's have a look at another booking. This particular one here. If I pop in and have a look at this one, what I have got now is again an accommodation amount, some charges applied at 15%, which we need to update, but I can also see we've got a deposit that's been taken on here, so a deposit amount of $500, but again there's no tax or GST showing with that one. So again, what we need to do with this, click and highlight and delete. Make sure you delete both sides of the charges, the in and the out charge. We'll then reapply the charges with the updated one, so into the booking details. reselect that rate again. Again, untick to recalculate the accommodation tariff. Select the appropriate rate. Just put a space there so we can save our changes. And again, you can see sundries has been updated. And if we go into the account tab here, got an updated lot of information there. So what we should by rights do is refund on these amounts so that it does get picked up correctly. In this case here, we can refund the full $500 or just the $200 worth of commission if we wish to do so, because there's still a bit of outstanding monies on there. So again, highlight the commission there, refund the full $200 to the guest. Put in a little abbreviation if you need to do so as to what's happening with this one. Might help you along the way. Electronic is the payment method. Save on that there. It does prompt us with a surcharge for the credit card. In this case, not as important, of course, because we're not refunding or changing anything to do with the surcharge. It's only the commission side of things that we're concerned with. So with that one there, we can then go in and we're going to re-receipt that $200. So if I do another receipt here now, we're only going to do $200 on, of course, the commission. And again, the same payment method, credit card there. We don't need the surcharge applied, as I mentioned, so make sure you do remove that one and then save on that. Print a copy of the receipt if you wish to do so. And we've now got our $200 showing with a portion of commission there. There's still some monies to re-receipt on the commission side of things. There's also some accommodation still to do. But at least we've updated the information to have a GST component there. Let's have a look at this booking here. We open this one up. We can see here we've got some commission charges applied, but we can also see we've receipted the full amount of accommodation there. So the deposit and the commission. Now we'll need to update the charges and the receipt. So again, we highlight the charges and delete. So remove those. Go to the booking details, reselect the rate to reapply the commission charges. Again, make sure you untick to recalculate the accommodation tariff. Reselect the appropriate rate. Again, in order to be able to save the changes, just put a space in the facts field or an empty field there. Save your changes. If we go back to the account tab, we've now got some updated commission charges showing in there. So we'll also need to refund both sides of the receipt there, or both lines of the receipt, and redo it so that it breaks down the GST and the updated commission for us. So highlight the receipt line and refund. $8.50 to your guest. Little explanation as to why we're doing the refund there. Electronic is the payment method. Save on that. Again, we're prompted about surcharge. We haven't refunded or don't need to, so we can OK. And our refund's complete. Refund on the commission side of things. Again, that amount back to the guest. OK to the surcharge, because again we're not refunding to re-receipt that one. So now we can redo the receipt for the $1,000. And in this case here, you'll see now slightly different adjustment to the accommodation and the commission. It's now been updated, of course. So again, same payment method. And again, if necessary, and it is in this case, remove the surcharge which you haven't refunded or need to re-receipt. So save on that there. Again, print a copy of the receipt if you wish to do so. And there we have new receipt, still for the same amount, but the commission and the GST component adjusted accordingly. So any refunds and re-receipts that you do, the receipts need to be rebanked, and then the refund and the new banked receipt need to be reconciled. So to the banking tab, We will finalise and bank any new receipts. Print receipt register if you wish to do so. Then in the reconciliation screen, you should have here your refund of the original receipt. 2 lines, of course, because one will be accommodation and the other commission. And then in here, you'll have your rebanked monies. So if you tick those transaction lines there, put you back into a balance position.